throwing bottles and buckets, and it looked like a total mess here. That people, it was, and now, and I want to bring you back to these live pictures to show you. I told you earlier at the subway station there were people up on the roof. Police were able to clear that for a little while, but now they are going back up. Originally, they were using a ladder. Now they've got people up on the roof, and they're holding out hands for other people and just pulling them up onto the roof of the subway station at 14th and Union Square. So they did manage to get the ladder away from them, and presumably that ladder was there for the construction happening in this area. But the crowds are trying to get up on the roofs of this. They're trying to get up onto the statue over here. Now, a few minutes ago, we showed you the statue and the crowd was gathered around this. Now we've got some people up on the statue, but a lot of that crowd has dispersed. So it is moving around a bit, but it is also filling in, which is just a scary prospect here. Again, police aviation overhead trying to get a handle on this too, and trying to position police officers where they need them. But I keep being drawn back to this picture here, where people were trying just to get through traffic, and now people climbing on top of their cars to the point where you almost can't see the vehicles.
Yes, Shannon, we are getting some information now that 6 trains are right now bypassing the 14th Street Union Square station in both directions, obviously in deference to what's going on there. And you mentioned that where we saw the people up on the roof there, that has been under construction. So that added danger of what has been a construction area for weeks now. That's that big entrance to the train station right there in Union Square Park. Probably why they were able to find a ladder around there. And I'm assuming the workers, once they started seeing the crowds and stuff, kind of dispersed themselves.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely the case. And you're seeing right here an arrest being made by police officers. But look at the chairs that are strewn about. So chairs were being thrown. They're trying to put up barricades. But as people try to get through those barricades, police are now making arrests through this area. And we talked about that gazebo over the 14th Street station. You know, it's under construction. That's a fear in and of itself. But it's not intended to hold human body weight on top of it. That's not its purpose.
We even observed Chief of Department.
I mean, I gotta believe for a lot.
But this is.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Go ahead. Yeah, this is something we've been seeing where they'll run aggressively in a direction, and it just seems like some people see them running and they're like, well, we should do that too. And then they all just sort of come back. So we're not quite sure what is causing them to do that, but we've been seeing this in various different directions throughout this last 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, you got to believe for a lot of these people down here, a lot of them really young people, it's a happening. They've come perhaps to get some free stuff, but I think they're part of a happening now. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim is standing by with more. Stefan, where are you right now?
Well, Sandra, as you can see, I am standing next to the Union Square subway station entrance where it looks like it was closed off because of construction. But look up on top of that. That's what's happening on top of the subway station entrance. There's, I can't even count, countless people up on top of there. They're climbing it right now, as you can see. In fact, if you can pan to your left, they're actually on top of the statue here at Union Square. I've actually got a couple of his followers here with me who can kind of explain to us what they were expecting, what happened. Young man, give me your name real quick and tell me why you came out here, what you expected to happen, what did happen.
All right, my name is Dilaquan Tavius. So basically, it's a Kaisenat Phantom, all of the AMP members, I don't know about all of them, but they pulled up, do a little meet and greet and a giveaway for the fans.
Giveaway of what was the understanding?
So, from my understanding, ps5s, video game accessories, PCs, but I don't think they will actually give away an actual PC, because how is somebody going to carry that? So I'm pretty sure it's gift cards for them to then go and get the P5 themselves.
So, safe to assume that you, along with your friends, came out here thinking that you would get some freebies, is that correct?
Not that we're thinking, but there's a chance to, because there's so many people and there's only so much you could give.
Has any of that happened? Is he here?
He's here right now, yeah, and they were giving out, but people are, people are being people. There's so many people here, people are pushing around, so so you can't really get it organized.
Okay, and before we came on, you were telling me that, in your own words, that some people out here were bugging out. Explain to me what you saw, what you meant by that.
Bugging out, like you can see, like there's no excuse obviously for what happened, but you know, stuff like that just happens all the time. You know, people being reckless. It's New York City. Stuff like this happens every day. Well, I wouldn't say every day, but
oh, what?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you and be safe. As you can see, Sandra, we've also heard and seen incidents of construction equipment behind me. I'm going to show you one live look. Last live.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters. This happened here in New York City today. This random crazy shit. This is on Union Square, 14th Street. Very happening area. It has a lot of history. The beginning of meeting the worlds is really a Union Square. Then you go to 34th. That's another meeting of the worlds. But the main course is 42nd Street. And this happened out of the blue. It makes no effing sense. Let me see if I can find it. Salakia. Oh shit. I want to do the video like this. It's alright. This came out of the blue. Something that made absolutely no sense. Yeah, this is gonna be most talked about. This is another scene I wanted. Brother has sent it. But all this is happening for ps5. Showing that these people, these kids, these children, actually these kids today are pretty much useless. Alright? Now, according to the news report that I watched this whole thing, so not the whole thing, but I was driving, I was listening to it. People getting arrested. They use the city buses to transport people that got arrested. But they were saying that there was 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds out there. And this is the future of America. Alright? This is truly the future of America. Look at this shit. This is all for video games. And when I first saw it, I'm like, wait, what are they protesting for? Because I went about, I saw it on TV. So I'm assuming that somebody died. You know, the same nigga routine. Somebody died and they going buck wild for it. No. Come to find out, some influencer said he's giving out some free shit and caused all this mayhem. But we, in the truth, we know better. We already know what this whole situation is all about. Because they was making mention, especially this guy right here. No, was it him? No, it was another guy. We didn't get to see him. But this guy basically was stating that they have to monitor the internet more now than ever. All this for a fucking video game. Not because people are starving. Not because the prices are going up, taxes are going up, inflation, none of that. For a effing video game. Alright? Let me see if I can find that video. This all happened today. Friday. They believe they had found the guy. Let's see if I can find it. I'll find it. Yeah, New York City is done, man. These liberal cities are done. The future is bleak. Like I did the show, I think the last show I did about the draft. Yeah, they're gonna have the draft. Because a lot of these kids are they gone. Look at this shit. They throwing bottles for what? For something that that's absolutely nothing. So the scene I'm looking for. Oh, also, let me see what. Yeah, it's at 35 mark. I make sure I remember that. Before I get the scriptures, is specifically, yeah, look at this clown right here. He obviously there for no good purpose. But I believe it. They said.
You're seeing the mess and the chaos now in Union Square. If I'm going to have Hector sort of pan along 14th Street, you can see this is a standstill. You've got some of these are police vehicles, but at least on Broadway there were, civilian vehicles just being climbed on top of, broken into. But this crowd is dispersing now. Still a lot of people here, but they're not in the street at this point. So at least at this stage, it looks like police officers got them off the street and have contained them into Union Square. There's probably a second move at some point they're going to make, but I guess they're going to let this thing hopefully fizzle out on its own so it's a little more controllable. Chief Manager, as I mentioned, there on 14th moments ago in Union Square itself, but there's still a lot of people here, as I mentioned, so who knows how this thing...
Significant difference that we saw about an hour ago.
Yeah. So we're going to switch from you, Stefan, to Josh, who is in another area of Union Square Park there. Josh?
Yeah, we're here. We're now 14th and University, guys, and I want to show you. So this area, I think we're kind of on the other side of where Stefan is, and so police have clearly...
Oh, might I add, the guy named Stefan is not a Jake. He's actually, he looked like a gook. That's the first time seeing this guy. I find that interesting. I just wanted to put it out there. But
created this as a zone out of here. Now, I spoke to a police source a little while ago. The last thing they wanted to do was arrest people because that just inflames the situation. The last thing they would...
But when people act like animals, what are you supposed to do? And like, once again, they're not doing it because they're starving. They're not doing it because inflation. They're not even doing it because one of them got killed. They're doing it for vanity purpose. All right.
Want to do is add to the chaos, but they had to take some control here, and it was almost inevitable at this point that they were going to end up making arrests. We have, we saw a bus full of prisoners that backed out of here a little while ago, and it looks like they're now adding to that bus here. Jared, if you want to pan a little bit to the left, the long line of cops blocking that bus. So they've clearly created this sort of perimeter around this area where they're trying to run their policing operations here. They have a drone in the air just over this scene, Jared, coming down right over the bus. They've been flying that drone, which obviously gives them kind of a close-in look at the crowd. They obviously also have their aviation units, helicopters up overhead. But if you see to the left into Union Square, it's a little bit hard.
So you get the picture. So what's the next step? They got the drones in the air to see everything. All right. So this obviously was not by accident. It's not because of an influencer telling kids to come down to get a free PlayStation and all that. That's the cover story. This real story is how they can control the people, control the masses, and how they're gonna leave no other choice. Because all they was talking about prior to was the fact that the police are willing to bring their riot gear and everything like that, so that way, I mean, not the riot gear, they're the experts at it and all this, but everything is for futuristic purposes. So the drone is to monitor people, and the next thing they could do is bring in those iRobot looking things, those Boston Dynamics, all right, with the Boston dogs. Because I guarantee you, I didn't get to cover, rewatch the news, anything like that. I just got back. I can almost guarantee you, some cop or somebody got hurt. I said the best way to stop that would be what? Is to introduce these other devices. All right. First scripture I got is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "These Satan should get an advantage of us, for we not ignorant of his devices." And this is a fable company device right here, to have people go buck wild for something that has nothing to do with nothing. All right. I believe he was the the top cop, so to speak. But there's a scene. Damn, I wish I had. Well, I was driving, so I couldn't get it. There's a scene where they believe the guy was in it, the guy that caused all this mayhem, and kids was chasing the fucking car. All right, they was chasing the car, jumping on top of the car, jumping, and people falling off the car. So this is like some MK, a heavy dose, some heavy witchcraft that was being done right there. All right, this was some heavy witchcraft that was being done, and it's all this is in play. So when the actual things happen, they have every scenario they possibly could think of. And all these kids, 8 years old, 7, 10, 11, 12, all these kids that decide to go down there, they're going to be in a world of hurting. And they're going to find a way to get to them. Alright? Yeah, there it is. There's a scene. They believe that the guy was in there. I think they're going to zoom into it. Let me see if this is it.
Crowd is, but again, you see police here making sure that they don't come back towards Union Square Park, and we do want to show you this as well, because this is something we were showing you all along. Right around here is where all of those cars were stuck with people standing on them. Those have now been cleared out, so significantly less people here. And again, those police officers I talked about, there is a line there, and they are saying, you are absolutely...
You working, you busting your ass, you doing what you got to do for you and your family. And here comes these kids crying, bitching about nothing. Spoiled, rotten kids who got everything going for them because their parents made their generation easier. And they stepping on your car, breaking your shit. And there's nothing you can do about it. Can you, how upset you will be? Alright? This protest...
Not coming back into Union Square Park.
This is not the scene I was looking for. But this is utter chaos and madness right here. All right, that's why the scriptures is so clear. There's a couple of scriptures is clear, but Exodus 23:2 says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude doing evil, neither shall they speak and cause to decline after many to rest in judgment." So you're not supposed to be a crowd follower. I remember as a kid, I was taught not to follow the crowd. All right. In this case, in this generation of a-holes, they just follow the trend. In this whole social media society, everybody just follows trends. They follow trends. That's all they do. Alright? That's all they do. And they whole entire existence is on fabricated lies. And they believe these great lies. Okay? Let me see if I can find the other scripture I was thinking about. Real quick. Because a lot of these people, man, a lot of people think having children is a blessing in this society. This right here is, it shows you, man, that these generation is lost. All right, they're lost. They're lost. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Salaki, I'm doing certain things on the fly. Should be the 4th chapter. Let's see first. All right, Deuteronomy 21:18. So this is not just applied to sons; it also applies to daughters as well, because this generation, once again, is gone. Deuteronomy 21:18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which shall not obey the voice of his father, or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, he will not hearken unto them. And this is why Apostle Paul always bring this. This is the nastiness of the scriptures, okay? This is part of the nasty scriptures. which a lot of people want to avoid and act like, you know, they just worrying about the great problem. But this is what the Lord told you to get down with. All right? If you have a child and your child's out there doing this shit, you're not doing a good job as a parent. All right? Boys and girls are going out there for a fucking video game, losing their wits. So if they end up dead, is it gonna be the cops' fault? No. All right? It's your fault as a parent for failing them, for teaching them not to follow a freaking crowd. And this is just basic stuff. All right? This is not. I don't even have to get in a big breakdown of things. This is basic common sense that every person has been taught. Look how they just turned this whole place up. Anyway, verse Deuteronomy 21 and 19 now. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out into the elders of the city and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of the city, this our son is stubborn. Let's look up the word stubborn. It says stubborn. The Hebrew word is sha'ara. To rebel, be stubborn, be rebellious, be refractor. To be stubborn, rebel. All right. And what's in the society today is this rebellious spirit. All right. You could do whatever the hell you want to do, is that will spirit. So every generation pushes the envelope of rebellion. And this is what you get. You get fucking monsters. And this is why Esau is going to come down having great wrath. If Trump was in office, oh, forget about it. You're going to find all those little bastards, arrest them and their parents. And rightfully so, because they failed as parents. It says, and they shall say unto the elders of the city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice and is a glutton and drunken. And you can see that all around. You got kids that's freaking overweight, man. You got kids 8, 10 years old. Damn, they're pushing 200 pounds. Because they gluttonous. They refuse to work. Everything's handed to them. This is what the society has built. Alright? This will go down in history as the most stupidest thing that ever happened. The kids are throwing bottles. Look at it. It's just crazy. Like, there's just birds, but look what they did. And for what? Let's go back. And for what? Look what they gathered themselves for. And for what? Nothing righteous. And it says, verse 21, and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shall put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So that all these kids are supposed to be public executing, man. This is how you coil behavior like this. This is how you change it. But no, Esau and his agenda, he pushes that you can't hit your children. You can't do nothing to your children. They could do it as they please. All right? You hurt their feelings, oh, they'll take them away from you. So this spirit of rebellion is being pushed heavy. This is why you get results like this. But I assume this was just a ultimate test, another form of MK Ultra to control the crowd, have them do something that they normally wouldn't do. Because never in history you see anything like this. All right. It says Proverbs, I believe it's 30 I'm thinking about. Or 31. No, it's 30. Proverbs 30 and 11. There's a generation that curses their father and doeth not bless their mother. There's a generation that are pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness. There's a generation, oh how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives. to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men. So this is that generation, man. All right, I'm going to one of my favorites. So Ecclesiastes 10:6. It says, "Folly set in great dignity, and the rich sit in no places." And the folly is the influencer, because this is why they're gonna go after the internet. All right, they're gonna use this guy as a catalyst. Was the influencer was Jake himself. All right, and he's telling people to get some free stuff, not free food, not get a job, help your parents. No, none of that. Just get some free stuff, and people acting like this. And the reason why they're doing that, which I always go through the spirit, when you look up the word folly, the etymon, or the etymology of it, the origin word, that origin word refers to mental weakness. All right. So mental weakness, the idea of doing things of this nature, this wasn't just an overnight thing. This is generational dumbing down. All right. And this weak society is pushing this weak narrative. So intels get behaving like this. This is what the elites wanted to see. And this is a black eye for America. This is a straight up black eye for America. All right. But this mental weakness, retardation, that's why you got this a lot of TikTok videos where people just making those stupid sounds and repeating it over and over again so the computer take your likeness and so forth, artificial intelligence. You know, you got a lot of things that's going on, and people just roll with whatever's given because they have no defense. All right, they can't control themselves. They cannot control what they do and what they say. Henceforth, that's what it says in Isaiah 60:2. It says, "Behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." And these people are in darkness. All right, it's like the movie Dark City. And when the agents go around changing things, what do they say? Sleep. And these people are asleep. These are trained. This would have been the future. All right. So the people are in great darkness. They're into things of folly. They look at them. They're running. They're just running just to run. I couldn't find the actual video, but there was the video of a car running. They did the guy that was giving out these free things was in the car, so they jump on the car, and when they jump on the car, some people was falling off the car. You think they're not looking at this shit like, oh, we did a great job? You know, like how dumb can this generation of people be? And we're realizing that they're extremely dumb. Okay? Because when it's all said and done, when they look at the whole matter, this is exactly what they wanted. I got one more. It says, Ecclesiastes 6:12. "For who knoweth what is good for man in this life, all the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow." Wow. "For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun?" All right. So these people live vain lives. Oh, let me go up one. Let me go up 2, 3. It says, Sirach 6:9. "Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit." Because what are they doing what they're doing for? It has nothing to do with it. And this Jacob is going to tell his first and last name, be real formal. Yeah, I'm over here just for this, and you know, like a bunch of idiots, man. It says, "For what have the wise more than the fool?" What have the poor knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. Because the word vanity means what? It means nothing. Alright? And it goes back to this, which is habal, vapor, breath. Vapor, breath, vapor, vanity, figuratively, vainly. Alright, nothingness. They're doing all this for nothingness. Alright? It says, verse 10, that which have been is named already, and is known that it is man, neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he, which is the Most High. So man has been in this earth, and man always done something foolish, but not to this extent. All right. It says, seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better? For who knoweth what is good for man in his life, all the days of his vain life. So when you look up the word vain, it's the same word. All right. These kids have no purpose in life. This is why the draft is so needed. Because a lot of people is going to lose a lot of sons and a lot of daughters to the most foolish things to die for. I think that's not it. It says, which he spendeth as a shadow, who can tell a man who shall be after him under the sun? All right. No, this is it. Look at these clowns, yo. Look at this shit. Let me go back a bit. Look at this. Bro, this is for a freaking ps5. All right. Look at this. Look at this. This is utter madness. Hey, somebody put in a comment board on the news. Let me see if I could get it real quick. If it's still there. Yeah, I kind of figured that. But somebody put in the comment board. Well, there's another one. Social media destroyed. It says a person can be smart, but people are stupid. Imagine thinking that an internet personality is worth acting a complete fool over. Another lost generation. I'm 29, and people my age are hardly any better. And it goes on, but this is something. It says, "Oh, discuss it with the parents who haven't taught their children anything." This is why the scriptures talk about not to spare the rod. All right. Oh, not to have multiple kids, because this is what you get. People spoil their children, and your children is showing their asses for things that are not worth it, or for just straight vanity. It says we need new laws for social media influencers, and that's what you idiots fail to understand what they're doing. So now they're gonna come after everybody, and they can say anybody could influence anybody. It says there need to be permits in order to stage these type of events required, blah blah blah. I wish I could live off grid. I'm 58, so I'm not doing these teen influencers. And the guy is Kai Kanet, whatever his name is. Fans act like they wait, expecting to. That guy right there. Let me see now, but it was something else that was said. I caught my attention earlier. People are so dumb to put their life in danger of a celebrity, because that's what these people. That's how it's all by design. Oh, there it is. That's what I saw. The Wadi Yabashimiyash. It's 6 hours ago. It says these people are not even zombies. Can you imagine what they would do if they were? My goodness, people act like animals. All right. So this is what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing. Okay? Now if I can find something shorter. So they arrested the guy. Rightfully so, because they were saying, the cops were saying, oh no, we're not gonna arrest him. No, that's that nigga's fault. They should arrest those kids too. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck them. Let them. They want to be acting like animals. Treat them like animals. Okay? There's no excuses for this. At the end of the day, there's no excuses for these people. This is why America is through. So with that being said, shalom to the elect. Shalom.